So a bit of late drama in the day. We've come to the track which leads the property, and we were going to sort of head out for lunch. We've had no reception where we are, but we've had a bit of a look, and it is in the Shire of Gin Gin. There is actually a watch and act issued for the fire.
We have no idea what the condition of this track is ahead. Righto, so me and Mark just had a little bit of a conversation, pulled up the defest site, and there's a couple of other spot fires that are popping up around the place as well. And the wind is circling around. There's almost like a storm cell that's circling.
It's circling around,
we can't judge which direction the wind's going to go. So I think after pumping the tyres up, we're going to have to let them back down, go back, pack up, and try and get up that hill quickly.
I think we might be doing a bit of digging, maybe on the track to try and build some building, just to try and give us the best chance, or we might even use recovery boards or something. But
just being a little bit cautious and conservative, because you don't want to have to rush. Like you were saying, at sort of 10 o'clock at night, you smell smoke and you think, holy crap, we've got to get out of here. So
and we're here with the kids and the family, so if we were forward driving by ourselves with the car and a swag, it's a 5-minute pack up and we can be wherever we need to. But I'm towing close to 2.7 tons, and you've got your
2.2 tons.
We were talking tomorrow, the challenge would just be getting back up that hill, and now we've got to contend with a worry, and it is gusty. I don't know if you can pick that up through the through the camera there, but it is gusty. So I think
tyres down, back to the campsite, pack up, get going. I'm not giving up the pub lunch.
No.
So what's going on?
So I probably look a bit hot and flushed at the moment, but basically we just spent 30 minutes pumping the tyres back up in, it's saying 45 degrees on the dash here, but it's warm outside, and ready to go in for a pub lunch. But we've got this fire in the distance,
which we've just seen.
And Craig's been online, we've had a look, and there's actually another spot fire north of us as well. I would say, look, they're probably around the 20 kilometres away, that kind of distance, but there is some gusty winds happening, and it's going to be on our mind all day. If we go into town and get some lunch, we're going to be stressing about it. And we don't want to be in a situation where it's late on in the day or even in the night, and we're smelling smoke and we're having to kind of
pack up,
try and evacuate. So as sucky as it is, we've made the call to basically pack up now and head back. It's not great, because we were really looking forward to having a nice quiet night and evening, but safety first. Not taking any risks when I've got the van and the family. So we don't have any reception at camp. It's dead zone completely.
So it's not a gamble.
No, so we wouldn't want to take unless we sort of see it. We can't monitor it as well. So just all those things factored into basically making the call. Look, we'll head back. What's going on now, mate? Rapid pack down.
I'm glad I put the awning up, because there's an extra thing to pack down.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We had it up for a few hours. So
we did.
He's not going to hear the end of this.
Oh no.
You know that time how do you open the freezer? You insisted on putting the awning up, and then there was a bit of a fire situation.
All right, back to it. Pack down.
Funny.
So how are we feeling, guys?
Hot.
Hot.
She's definitely hot. Look at her.
Yeah, not the way we planned to spend this afternoon, did we? Over 40 degrees, and you're having to rush to get everything back in the van, so not great. We just want to make sure we've got plenty of time to get back up that hill, because we think there's going to be a bit of manipulation on that track to make sure we can pull the weight up, and we'll talk about that and strategize when we get there. But a bit of a downer, but look, we've had a great morning. It's just these things happen, hey? I think that was a record pack down for us. So first base done. Now we've got that steep hill to contend with, so hopefully we can get up scot-free and then make our way back to the main road. Tire pressure's back up, and then we'll go from there. But still a bit to get through to get out of here. So hang on.
Izzy, what have we just had to do?
Pack up our whole entire caravan.
Gracie's been such a trooper, hasn't she? Hey, not quite the weekend we had planned. It's very, very hot. As you can see, it's like 46 degrees apparently on the car heat gauge. So yeah, we've all felt very, very close to fainting. But at least it'll be a trip to remember. We've got that quite steep hill that we've got to get back up, so we've just had to just kind of think outside the box a little bit here, just to make sure that we can get out without incident, just to make sure that we can get out safely. So Mark's just drained the water tanks, just to just take some of that stress away about being really heavy and getting stuck.
Got your shovel, mate? You ready to knock the tops off these whoops?
Let's do it. All right.
So you're gonna pop down to the gym after this, do you think?
I'll be pouring something cold and wet
Yep.
and alcoholic.
Whew, it is steep, hey?
And it haunts me somewhere much deeper.
Ladies and gentlemen, pack a shovel. That's a #1 accessory.
It could build and build until you finally see, whoa, it's taking over, damn no cl-
Filled in the low spots, and obviously it's real soft. So we just put the tracks there to make it a little bit easier for us. Old mate Dave, he's going to get up the top with his car. So we're not going to have to one hitch ours to get a recovery vehicle up the top just in case. So we're going to just leave the vans attached and try and see if we can do it in one shot.
So pretty tired now after all that, but giving us the best chance of getting up. I've just got the winch on hand as well, ready to go in case we need it, but hopefully not. We've done enough, hopefully, with the track to get up in one go. At least that's the goal. So in 4 low at the moment, rear diff lock on. So again, all the aids possible. See how we go. Let's do it. First time, guys. Let's do it.
Keep going. Nah.
Yep, so we've found ourselves bogged. I mean, we're not bogged, I would have had to give it another run up, but I think a short winch from the top is the best solution here. I was okay to that point, but I could feel it going down, so I gave it a bit of power and just spinning up. So
yeah.
It's just that big initial dip.
Yeah, that whoopty we tried to knock the top
I
off.
I could go back and try again, but what I'm conscious of is churning the track up even more for you.
Yeah.
You've still got to get up, so I think the winch is probably
Right, I'll roll your winch out. For whatever reason, he's getting no drive out of the car.
Oh.
So it was just the winch pulling him up, puts his foot down on the accelerator, and the car just sort of goes to lurch forward, and that's it.
Oh.
Very
It's not
odd.
doing that limp mode.
It might be.
Stuff.
It might be a
Yeah.
limo because it's quite hot.
Yeah.
The transmission, the engine, just been sitting there, all that heat soak, churning the torque converter. So. And we're out.
Keep going.
And
that's how you do it.
Hey, he's up. Well done. Oh, so that was a bit wild. I mean, I guess it was maybe overly optimistic that I'd get up in the first run, given how rutted it was, and we did our best to try dig it in, and obviously had the recovery boards as well. But I got to about halfway up, and I could just feel the rear slipping away, and gave it a bit more beans, and it was just bogging down. I think it was slightly hung up as well, so that was a bit of a challenge, and I just made the call early to go for the winch because I knew Craig was going to head up behind me in his car still, so I didn't want to do more damage to the track. I did feel like I wasn't getting power to the rear. I was in 4 low at the time. The transmission was a bit warm. I mean, it's about 44 degrees at the moment still. Like, it's such a hot day, so the car's been working hard all day. We've been doing tracks and what have you, so maybe, I don't know, if it didn't say limp mode or anything, so not sure, but what it meant is a lot of that pulling up the hill was pretty much solely the winch. The winch was doing all the work, rather than I would have, you know, given it a bit of light throttle to help up the hill. So look, got to the top, we dropped it in 4 high, and everything was fine. So yeah, a bit of a strange one, not too sure about that. Now the fun bit, we've got to put the tyres back up again. Second time today. Hey matey.
There you go.
Oh,
Deja vu.
buggered.
Time to air up again.
I just said that, oh my gosh.
Got to air up, what, 12 wheels with 1 compressor?
1 compressor. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that before. So my compressor hose carked it as well. Trying to pump up the tyres before. So I mean, it's obviously fixable, but it's just another thing. So now we're relying on, what have you got, the old faithful? Yeah, the old
best compressor on the market.
Thumper. So I think this will be the last one for mine actually, because I've got a dual
Might be
pump.
the last one for this one.
Yeah, we're going to test it, aren't we? Oh my gosh, that was well, we thought that'd be an adventure, didn't we? So
yeah, it was.
It certainly was, but I was just saying I wasn't keen to churn up the track for you, because I just
well, thanks for that.
made the call for the winch, but
Thanks for that. Yeah.
anyway,
That was actually fun tearing up there, to be honest.
yeah. I think that was the approach. I mean, just more
Yeah.
speed. But look, the thing going through my head is clearance. So I'm running 33s but stock suspension, and Craig has got the BP51s and 33. So he's higher up the ground, and even though it's rutted, he can give it a little bit more momentum.
The van's a bit lighter
and
too.
the
bit
van,
smaller.
yeah. So what's that? 2 point?
Now with the tanks empty, it's probably about 2 ton.
Yeah, 2 ton, and I reckon I'd be about maybe 2.5, something like that. So it's about 500 kilo difference or so, empty. So that certainly makes a difference. But yeah, clearance, I was a lot more cautious coming up because of the clearance issue. So that is what it is. But maybe it just means I need to get some suspension, mate. So
You always need to have a reason to do the upgrades.
Exactly.
You need a good excuse to justify it to yourself, right?
a good bogging and a good winch story to
Need that
to
lift.
get it over the line. So anyway, stay tuned. Thumper to the rescue.
Thumper to the rescue.
Yeah.
Thumper's no more.
Oh, is it gone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Run.
Too much.
No.
I got to say though, we are absolutely knackered. So, God, trying to pack down in that heat and doing all the shoveling, I'm just absolutely black, covered in dirt. Yeah, fun and games, but look, it was lovely to meet Craig and Miranda in person and camp with them, and hopefully we can do a few more collabs in the future. And a little bit more context to the decision that we made to leave. That fire was getting bigger and bigger, and there was some additional watch and act areas that were added only in a short amount of time. So, we kind of made a calculated decision based on the information we had. I think a little reminder that, check things like the fire watch, make sure when you go to these sort of remote destinations that you are paying attention to the location and exits. So what alternative routes do you have in and out? So that's just like a reminder, because look, these situations do happen, and sometimes, best laid plans, you got to leave fast. Yeah. We made it to the pub. So it wasn't the time we planned to come to the pub, but we made it to the pub. I call that a win in my book. So yeah, obviously we made the call to pack up and head home tonight, and we debated long and hard over that. But you know, look, at the end of the day, that we probably would have been okay where we were, and it looks like the fire's relatively contained. But it's like one of those things, you just have to make a gut call at the time. We had no reception, we had no ability to contact anyone and find out, and we had a spot of reception when we were doing the tire pressures, and that was kind of it. So
yeah, that was enough to let us sort of know that while there's a fire below us and a fire above us, and it's spreading, and we weren't too sure of the winds.
Exactly, and the winds were doing some crazy stuff. It was, you know, it was gusty, wasn't it? So, So yeah, we made. I'm comfortable. We made the right decision.
Should we go through the highlights?
Even though it was cut short, we have had fun.
Yeah. And I got to test the winch, so that's all good. I know it works, so that's good. You got to test the 200 off road.
200 off road,
and it's an absolute beast.
We've discovered your name is Craig, not Chris.
Yes.
And, you know, Craig set up the awning and then not using it. That was pretty good as well.
We used the awning for about half an hour, and then that was it.
We would have used it more if we could say. Totally. Sorry.
Nah, that was a good trip. I think we'll remember the highlights, but no, it was all good. Gracie it was in her element. She absolutely loved it. So
she was living the dream.
I would happily go back there and recommend it, but at least I know what we're in for now.
Yeah. Oh, it was really good fun actually, and getting out was good. Me and Mark were having a little bit of a joke. Is this like a Toyota versus Ford thing? And you know, I didn't get stuck on the way out.
That is true.
That is true. Yeah, you didn't get stuck.
But he does kind of have a lift, and he was towing less and all that sort of stuff. So I think I can. You know.
You got to blow some dust though, which was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Your car looks super beasty now.
One thing guaranteed, I'll make some noise and make it look impressive. So anyway, no, it was good. So look, that sort of wraps up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.
Probably trying to swing us back to the direction, so I think we're just going to have to get onto the Brand Highway and then onto Tonkin and then Neves, I guess.
Yeah.